Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Caribbean Andy Drinks. I'm Caribbean Andy. Today we're going to make a cocktail with a really fun name. It's one of the most popular cocktails of the 1970s, the disco era. It's the Harvey Wallbanger. It was actually the official cocktail of TWA Airlines, which, I love that so much. We're going to do two versions. First, the original, and then we're going to do my updated version of the cocktail. If you want to make it along with me, it's pretty simple to do the classic one. It's only got 3 ingredients. So if you want to gather yours right now, you just need vodka, orange juice, and Galliano. Galliano is an Italian liqueur. It's made with vanilla, over 30 herbs and spices. And we'll talk a bit more about that in just a little bit. So starting off, we're going to shake this because there is citrus in it, and we're going to serve it on the rocks. So get your rocks glass ready. We're just going to shake it and pour it right in. I chose this glass because I thought it was nice and groovy in 70s. We'll do 2 ounces of vodka, and honestly, any vodka is going to do. Then we're going to do 4 ounces of our orange juice. So 2-to-1 ratio here. You're welcome. I did that simple math for you. And then we're going to pack our tin with ice. Try and eyeball it so that you're putting in the amount of ice that will fit in your glass. I've been doing this for as long as I can remember, and still sometimes I'm off. Give it a good shake. This is too big, I can already tell. Actually, spot on. I'm pretty proud of myself. And then our Galliano, of course, we're going to float right on top. Now you can pour this over the back of a bar spoon, but I actually prefer just pour it right on there. Just kind of do a little drizzle, decorative, and then we'll garnish it. Let's do an orange peel and a cherry, which I already have prepared. I cheated. Oh, nope. There you have it. Honestly, unremarkable. I would probably rather just drink the orange juice by itself. Let's talk a little bit about this cocktail. Now, there's a couple of fun stories about the history of it, but the truth is, it was most likely created by the Galliano marketing team. Galliano, you probably are familiar with. A full-size bottle is very tall, so it's very recognizable on a back bar. Obviously a marketing gimmick. And there's a story that this is named after a surfer named Tom Harvey who had one, got drunk, and banged his head off of a wall. That's ridiculous. It's a pretty simple cocktail. Orange juice was the most common mixer of cocktails. It was the most common mixer in cocktails in the 1970s. So it really appealed to what was popular and is pretty easy to make. Now, when I think about how can we make this better, think about a couple of things. One, if you've watched any of my videos, if you haven't, go ahead and do that. Also hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed. But if you've watched any of my videos, you know I typically avoid using orange juice in cocktails, and for good reason. It usually overpowers the drink, and frankly, I think that it is not good in this one. The other thing is, classic cocktails typically don't use vodka as an ingredient. So let's talk about Galliano for a moment. It's made with over 30 herbs and spices, as I mentioned. Those herbs being anise, lavender, juniper. I hear those things and I think of gin. So I wanna pull in gin to reinvent this cocktail rather than vodka, because I think the two will really play off of each other nicely. And then this orange juice really is so delicious. So the thing that I want to really highlight is that sort of bright nectary, juicy flavor. So let's really highlight the orange as well. So instead of vodka, we're going to use gin. I'm going to use Bombay because it's a London dry and has those classic gin botanicals. And then we're going to use an orange liqueur as well, Cointreau. And I'm going to follow pretty classic equal parts recipe with 4 ingredients. So 3/4 of an ounce of each. And we're going to do this served up. So we can go ahead and start chilling our coupe. This is the first time in the history of my YouTube channel that I've used an ice scoop. So similar to a last word or the modern paper plane, we're going to do 3/4 of an ounce of each ingredient. Starting with gin, 3/4 of an ounce. Three-quarters of an ounce of our Cointreau. Three-quarters of an ounce of our Valencia orange juice. And this time we're going to mix our Galliano right into the drink. 3/4 of an ounce as well. Ice. Ice. One more. Dang it! And we'll double strain. And we'll garnish this with a star anise pod, just like this. I typically don't like garnishes that don't add anything, and this really does because it's very aromatic. Ta-da! Let's see how I did. Oh, wow. The vanilla is so prominent this time around. And obviously you get a little bit more of that sort of nectar quality of the fresh orange juice. And if you're someone who's sort of scared by gin, I don't think you really get the juniper notes as much as you do get just like hints of anise. It's like a delightful little creamsicle. Obviously I'm biased because this is my recipe, but I do think I did a great job here. Try it out at home. Let me know what you think of this. And again, hit that like button if you've enjoyed your time here today. If you're looking for other drinks you can make with Galliano, Yellowbird is another one out there. There's YouTube videos. Steve the bartender, I think, has a YouTube video about making a Yellowbird with Galliano. And then you can try other different Harvey Wallbanger variations as well. You can use Galliano very similar in the way you might use any kind of aperitivo, like Aperol. You can make a Galliano spritz, that'd be delightful. You could also pop it into something like a French 75 or use small quantities of it, similar to the way you might use like a Saint Germain elderflower liqueur. That's all we got for today. Do be sure to, drink a lot. Thanks for watching and enjoy. Cheers.